Hello, everyone, and welcome to AFRO News at Noon, where we give you a lunchtime bite of news. You have your favorite AFRO editorial team, and my dogs in the background as well, because you know they want to be heard. But without further ado, hey, everybody, how are you guys today?
Doing
Hey,
great.
feeling good.
good.
Ready
Good.
for the week?
Monday. Good Monday.
Yes.
Yes, it is. Happy Monday to you all and to all of our viewers out there. I see you all tuning in. As we always say, sharing is caring. So go ahead and share this stream because we have a lot of good news for you all this week. So I guess without further ado, let's just hop on into our weekend wows. Megan, you look like you have a weekend wow for us. So you're gonna start us off this week.
Okay, so for my weekend wow, I have a friend. She's played field hockey like her whole life, and she had her senior game this weekend. So a few of our friends went up and visited her, and we made a cute little sign and cheered her on from the sidelines and celebrated with her. So it was really nice.
Awesome. Where did she go to school?
Elizabethtown in Pennsylvania.
Nice. That is a true weekend wow. Rev, what about you? Do you have one this week?
I actually have one this week, believe it or not.
Yay!
I got together this weekend with a bunch of my friends, about 75 of them actually, because we had our high school reunion.
Yes.
There were high schools when I came home.
Do it.
And it was our 55th reunion.
Wow. How are you 45 with the 55th reunion?
I still can't even believe it. I mean, literally, I can't believe it. So, so when you have reunions and you're this old, you have them at lunchtime.
So it was a brunch. That's cute.
It was lunch. Which is a little embarrassing, but we had good food and we had a lot of good conversation, and then we started easing on out the door to go home.
I know that's right. Oh, I love it.
I love that.
It was fun, and seeing friends from high school after all this time, it's really a lot of fun. So I enjoyed it. I make fun of it, but I enjoyed it.
No, Rev, I just want to know, y'all have to teach us the secret of how to ease out of events.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy because some of us had canes and walkers.
Oh Lord. So it was a slow transition. Okay.
But it was the kind of thing where you could almost act like you were going to the bathroom and just not come back.
Not one of those. I love it. Good to know those tricks are still, very useful.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, then no one better judge me when I do that, because that's my classic. I have to use the bathroom. Me. I love that. Well, happy 55th reunion to you and your classmates. That's
Thank you very much.
Jess, how about you?
Well, I wasn't feeling too well this weekend, so I just spent some time in the bed with my TV, with my dog cuddled up, who, it wasn't a problem for her. She loved it. So, I caught up on all my TV shows, all my favorites, and even started a new little series. So, I had some good TV time, some good chill time. So it's much needed. It is what it is. I wish I could have done more. Wish I was feeling a little better, but I'm feeling better now, just in time to start the work week. So
just in time for the marvelous Monday and wonderful week ahead.
Yeah, there we go. Claim it.
We are not feeling well this weekend. All right. Well, I guess I'll share my weekend now, which is that I got to connect actually with one of our freelance writers at the AFRO, and we went to brunch on Saturday and talked about writing, and she's also a teacher, and so potentially collaborating with her students and how we as individuals have so much in common, but also we just sort of were almost a decade apart. And so she was sort of helping me grow as I explore my 30s and my career, uh, I guess, journey. And she also is getting back into professional writing. And so, though I'm almost a decade younger, I was able to sort of help her grow as a writer. So I really enjoyed it. I love exchanges of minds and like-minded individuals having a good time over good food. So that I think that was a really good weekend wow for me. So guys, go ahead and share what your weekend wow is in the chat. Maybe we'll get a chance to shout out your weekend wow as well. And thanks to all those tuning in. We see you, Angela, or is it Angelia? Either way, it's a beautiful name. Luciana, we see you in the house. Ricardo, we see you. Laura Phillipsburg, Diane, we see all of you guys in the house, and we appreciate you guys for rocking with us for your lunchtime news break. So I think it's time to go straight into the news of the week. Who wants to start first? Who has some good, juicy news? Oh, Rev, I love it.
I don't know if it's juicy, but I know it's timeless because one of the events is going on right now. Some of you guys know Adrienne Jones. She is the first African American and first woman of the Maryland House, and she is having town hall meetings. And so one of them is going on right now at the Ricerstown Senior Center. And for those who aren't close by and can't run on out, there's another one on Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Randallstown Community Center. So spread the word on that. She is sharp as a tack in all kinds of ways. And I'm sure she has some good news to share as well as hear from the seniors, especially of what their needs are and how they can be effective parts of the community along with their legislators. So that's my important on the spot news right there.
That
And
is very important and great news. Thank you for sharing it, Rev. And again, for those who haven't shared your stream, this is why I say sharing is caring, because there's somebody that belongs at that town hall this coming Wednesday from 6 to 8. So go ahead and share this stream. It'll be up as long as Facebook and YouTube are up. And we know Facebook has its little challenges. So, but YouTube is going to be there. So go ahead and share either of the streams. And we appreciate both platforms for allowing us to get this news to you all. Who else wants to share some good news of the week?
I can share. So over the weekend, I worked on a story. I was speaking with a professor from Harvard Community College, and this Friday they're actually debuting the Harvard Civil Rights Project, which is going to be an app, a digital exhibition, and things like that. And basically, what they're doing is trying to describe with like oral history, with text, with photographs, kind of the Harvard region's role in the civil rights movement. And they actually made use of the AFRO's archives for the project. So the AFRO is involved in it as well. So we have some stories. They said that there was a lot of coverage concerning kind of desegregation of schools and such that they pulled from the AFRO's archives for the exhibition.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really exciting. Thanks for letting us know, Megan. And it's super cool that the Afro's archives are being involved in so much creative work to this day. Thanks to all those tuning in. I see you, Mike Green. Y'all, that's my daddy. Hi, Daddy. It was weird to say Mike Green, like to have it come out, because that's just daddy to me. But yeah. And we see you, Ernest. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us today. Jess, do you have any news for us? Also, what are you watching? Because it looks great.
Okay, so it's the news. So it's ABC. I love streaming ABC. I have Amazon Fire Stick, so it comes with all these little free channels and stuff like that. So ABC on a Monday. Let me get my news at the top of the week. Okay, I love it. So that's what's playing in the background. So excuse me if it's looking crazy. It's a lot of news going on this morning. But so I'm glad I went last because it's kind of a bittersweet note. So as you all know, homecoming was this weekend for a bunch of universities, and specifically Morgan State University, which I feel is like almost like the AFRO's alma mater in a way, basically. But homecoming in general just gives you such a nostalgic feeling, and you're happy, you're on campus, you're celebrating with alumni, and you have others and friends and family, and the whole city comes out and has a good time. But unfortunately, on Saturday night, like kind of in the hype and of the festivities, an 18-year-old person was shot, and an 18-year-old male was shot in the chest, and just random and terrible. And you think, like I just said, you think of homecoming as a celebration and not people running for their lives and scared. And that is exactly like, that's the opposite of homecoming, what homecoming stands for. So just prayers up for that person who was shot. They are recovering in the hospital. And then President Wilson actually released a statement just saying that there is no place on this campus for violence. Okay. And that was very stern and straightforward, and we all got the meaning. So just be safe, Morgan, and other universities as they continue to celebrate homecoming.
Thank you for that news, Jess. And it is somber and really sad, but I think it's so important to emphasize that we have to be careful during this time. Always, right? But we get caught up in celebratory moments, and I hate to hear stories like that. I'll just share a quick piece of news that we covered last week, and we'll have a follow-up this week, which is that at Howard University, which Howard also had their homecoming this past weekend. But one homecoming, the alumni, I guess, got disinvited. Suddenly, alumni could not come to Howard's homecoming. That had to do with the rising COVID-19 rates. However, many people sort of boycotted Howard's homecoming because Howard is in the middle of serious protests right now. Their students are protesting, and it's with the Live movement, but it's called the Blackburn Takeover. And basically, students are really disappointed in the living environment and arrangements at Howard. They've complained of rats, mold, and other really unsafe animals, insects, and live things such as mold that can get into people's lungs. There are pictures of mold all over people's bags and shoes from just being in the rooms. So it's a serious issue. And for a lot of people, Howard is their dream school. For a lot of people, it's where they want to go when they end up there. And so for a long time, people were not complaining. A very active person in the Washington, D.C. Protest scene, if you will, or activism scene. She actually has a son who's a freshman there. And, she's that person. If there was an issue, she would have known, right? But her son didn't even want to say anything because it was where he wanted to be. And so when the Live movement started protesting, she's like, what's going on? And so she's been very active. We have some quotes from her, and we also have some quotes from some Howard students, as well as former Howard students turned professors who are outraged. And even though Howard went along with their homecoming, the Live movement took an opportunity to protest or counter protest the homecoming itself. And so you see like a lot of the protesters with signs of the Howard president saying, "Oh, you don't care about us," huh? And stuff like that, even during homecoming. And so, while luckily no one was shot or injured, such as Morgan's, the tensions are still very, very high at Howard. So it was a crazy homecoming weekend, I think, in the DMV in general, Jess.
Yeah, and you know what? It's so funny that if I could just real quick, just piggyback off of what you said. I was just talking to somebody about this too, and it's like Howard was really, I mean, Howard has always been like the more popular HBCU, and everything like that. And especially recently with, Felicia Rashad and Chadwick Boseman and all these additions and, different things that they've been doing. And it's crazy that like, they're uplifted so high, but then it's kind of like on the backhand of that, all these issues are now coming to the light, and I like to think that, they just didn't think that, oh, these dorms and other spaces have just been lying dormant for the past year, they're not thinking, oh, let's go in there and clean them up so the students can come. It's like, oh, no, they're open. So just let the students go, so that might be some of what happened or the disconnect or something. Like, I would hate to think that they were that negligent, but I mean, the students have every right to get out there and protest because they got to live there. And that's just not suitable living conditions. So I really hope they get that straightened out like ASAP.
Yeah, it's crazy because in them talking about the horrible living conditions now, I think Howard came out with a statement talking about the fact that they really are in need of funds in order to make these amendments. But like nobody has so little money that they cannot address mold.
Right. Clean products.
I mean that's
extermination.
Extermination. That's people's livelihood. A lack of Wi-Fi. These are basic things on a college campus. So, prayers to all the students and their families who are coping with horrible living conditions, and prayers to all those people affected by the shooting on Saturday as well in Howard. It's a crazy news week, y'all. It never stops.
Already.
Indeed. Well, again, I want to thank all those who are tuning in. We appreciate you. We appreciate your support. You know that Afro News at Noon is our Monday show, but it's a continuous theme of the Afro because every Monday or every week, every day. Rev, you just say it because it's not coming out. It's Marvelous Monday, but it's not coming out.
Well, a couple of things. One, I hope Howard gets their act together because my granddaughter's going down there in a couple of weeks to check them out. So they want to be sure that they interest her because she's a genius, of course.
No, that's right.
Secondly, I just want to do a shout out to Shirley Johnson. I don't know who Shirley Johnson is, but she knows who she is. And she sent an email to us last week that says simply, I love the Afro. So I sent her an email back and said, and we love Shirley Johnson.
We do. We love you, Shirley.
Stay tuned this week. You can see on afro.com and some of our folks were at Biden's town hall. So we've got some reactions from Ralph Moore and from J.K. Schmid. And also there's going to be some discussion coming up. So stay tuned. Watch for Misha's name. For those who are African American, for those who are Catholic, we're going to be talking about some stuff that's important to you. So you will hear that before the week is out as we continue to be the Black Media Authority every day of the week, 24/7. Right, Misha?
24/7, indeed. So yeah, you all know what to do. Go ahead and share this stream with your people. Make sure you tune in every single day on www.afro.com for a new news story. And make sure if you aren't already a member to become a member of the Afro family by subscribing to our Legacy Edition as well as our online news, which includes newsletters, check-ins, and sort of just an open book to the world of the Afro-American newspapers. We appreciate you all as always. Stay safe and have a marvelous Monday and a wonderful week.
Bye, everybody.